crazy day.
But I still have 2 trips to get my stuff here.
Starting to walk back, hungry.
If you're gonna flag a trail and you find out you're going the wrong way, please pull the flags. Skate Lake.
Best scene of the whole series right here.
Drops snapped. Bugs are worse today than yesterday.
This is horrific.
I did it. Wow, paddling. I'd forgotten what it feels like. Super shallow lake. Okay, just past the headwater and took a couple casts, trolled. This isn't really where I came to fish, but anyways, no fish. I didn't come to fish these lakes. I came to fish the river, but I thought I could get into some pike, but I mainly came for the trout and the walleye, so too bad. But you know what, sometimes at the beginning of trips the fishing takes a little while to pick up. And it's kind of hard to catch fish when you're barely ever on the water and you're in the bush with a canoe over your head too. So, you know, I didn't really have as much time on these lakes maybe as I needed to catch something. But here it is, we got some moving water. I can see the reeds bent down. And we are entering Wildlands Creek. Oh no. Hopefully this isn't one of these trips where just as you think the hard stuff's ending, it just gets harder. I've now reached a portion of the trip that is supposed to be very interesting. A 14-kilometer long narrow creek, and that's 14 kilometers the way the crow fly, that I need to battle through. There's going to be beaver dams and never-ending alder bushes to haul through before I get all the way to French Lake. Looks like we got some water here though. Very good sign. Oh, hopefully it's just like this. It's gonna take a long time though because it's so windy and twiggly. Lots of water. Uh-oh. Here is a beaver dam. This means that the water downstream is way shallower, unfortunately. Well, we had a lot of water, now we don't. Thanks to that beaver dam was holding water back, but still navigable here. Much narrower now. drag. Alder bushes are freaking useless. Not impenetrable after all. Well, it looks like this is how it's going to be. It started out easier than I thought, and now it's worse than I thought. So just going to keep trudging along, breaking through these alders and get as far as I can before it's dark. That's the plan. Beavers will probably fix that in 5 minutes because they're busy, I've heard. Just give me a little more water just to pull up a few logs out of that. It makes life a little easier. Should have just bombed the first dam with tannerite. That would have made things a little more interesting. Once we get to the French River proper, it'll be a little more of a normal kind of canoe trip as opposed to one where there's very little water, very narrow strands of water if any, and a lot of walking. Sometimes beast mode is the answer. It's called cutting a corner. Now we're gonna run this dam here. Didn't get too far there. So yeah, maybe I celebrated a little too early that I got to the headwater. Yeah, we're at the headwater, because this is just like a never-ending gong show. I'm not really paddling yet, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna just keep this up, and another hour or so, I'll pull over and get a spot to camp. Probably maybe take the next decent one I see, but I still got a little light, so I think I am gonna push it just to try to get some distance. So there we go, sunny times. Even though the beavers make the water higher in some places and lower in others, they are definitely trapping a lot of water in this creek. And that means that it's navigable by canoe, even though it's a pain to pull over these dams. There's more water held up, so overall, if there's no beaver dams on it at all, it might be too low in August or September to paddle. Needless to say, this is taking a little dent in the daily schedule. However, I was expecting more blowdowns than this, so I guess all in all, could be worse. In this case, that was easier than hauling over it. Plus, it'll be a relief for the next canoe party. This isn't incredibly physically exhausting. The sun is pretty hot in places, but it's nothing as challenging as portaging. So, you know, I just gotta trust that eventually it'll be done. It might be never ending and then some, but if I just keep going on at a good pace, eventually I'll be through it and on a lake and then on a real river. So just slowly but surely, can only go so fast, and that's okay.
A couple of whiskey jacks just flew overhead. Well, it is 20 after 7. This part of Wildland Creek has been extremely windy and twisty. By the way, I don't even know if that's its technical name or just whether the guy that paddled this river last made that name up and wrote it on the map. I'm pretty sure that's just his name or his group's name. So I think Wildland Creek is a fitting name, however. Anyway, so yeah, super windy and twisty creek. The way the crow flies, it's demoralizing. I've only made it 2.8 kilometers or something, the way the crow flies, looking at just at the grid lines on the map. However, if you count up all the back and forth, I probably made it more like 4 or 5 for sure. And this part of the creek kind of starts to straighten out. It gets more volume eventually, but you're looking at a solid more, probably the way the crow flies, I don't know, like a solid 10k left of this, which is crazy. So I might as well pull over. I see a half decent spot. Looks like it might be a half decent spot up the hill there. I'm going to go look for a flat area, but at least I know it's dry ground. I don't have to, you know, bushwhack through alders and swamp to get there. And there's a nice little pool of water here too for me to access. So I think this is going to be home for the night. I'm just going to jump out, make my way up that hill, see if there's anything half decent, and even if there's not, I'll probably stay there anyway. So and I'll probably get a fire going and cook up some pasta tonight since I don't have fish again. Anyways, I ate a very late lunch when I was extremely exhausted and hungry. So to be honest with you, I'm not that hungry right now, but I'll at least get a fire going, get some tea on, maybe eat some trail mix, and crawl into bed for a much deserved rest. Yeah, this'll do. Just a flat enough spot for the tent. I think that's about as good as a campsite gets around here. Officially one muskol down. 2 to go. Look at the amount of debris in the canoe. Oh, it is muggy out. Muggy. Oh, I gotta figure out the best place to put the tent. The Gametrail. I don't know if it's directly on a game trail, the best place to set your tent up, but I don't have much of a choice. Oh, my clothes are soaked to the bone, man. And it is hot, muggy as hell out here. Crazy hot. Oh, oh, it's still hot. I'm trying to get comfortable. Unfortunately, I can't turn down the exhaustion and the ripping exterior temperatures. I can't. Oh, put on some dry shoes. Wow, look at those feet. Those are some gnarly ass, wrinkly, beaten feet. Good to let your feet get nice and dry. If your feet are wet, the skin gets tender, and then it's easier to get blisters. Oh, what the f is on my toe? It's tough around here on days where it's hot because you want to dress lighter, but then you just get eaten alive. Trying to open it up a bit here. Call me the branch manager. Okay, well, day 3 was an interesting day. I got up and had some trouble navigating the trail back to my stuff. Marked it as well as I could. Got everything to the headwater in 2 trips, and then almost immediately started bushwhacking in my canoe up a very tangled creek, which is seemingly never ending. I went at it for hours. I'm not even halfway done. It does get larger in volume and the current picks up as we get closer to French Lake, but tomorrow is going to be all day of just pushing through this creek. And then after we get to French Lake, we'll be actually in the North French River proper. Oh, he goes down, water, so yeah, all in all, I feel good. I feel like, man, I really want to get through this. I want to get to some, you know, fun, navigable river. Branch manager. That's what I came for. It's tough, but it's kind of rewarding that I am getting it done, and that, you know, I'm managing to push through the tough parts and get it finished. Cool little bluff here. I suppose I did all right considering I'm in an alder swamp. Juice crystals or Mio or whatever, these things are good at masking the flavor of swamp water. I'll eat a little more. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, the dragonflies are coming to help. Bugs are coming out, man. Dragonflies just whizzed by my head. Nabbed a couple. Come over here, buddy. Come on, bud. There he is. Get him. Get him. Good boy. I think dragonflies are where they got the idea for helicopter from. He just stopped and looked me in the eye. I swear. Alright guys, I'm going to shut her down. Hopefully this trip turns into not a piece of shit before too long.
A little wally, baby. Yeah!